The second national title on the line in 3 days here at Olympic Park. The men's 5,000 metre was taken away at the Melbourne Track Classic. That went the way of Ben St Lawrence. He ran 13:10.08 on that time, moved second to the all-time rankings. But it's now the ladies' turn here at Olympic Park with the national gold, silver and bronze up for grabs. Up to the front through the early stages, just slowing the pace right down. It's Danielle Trevis of New Zealand. Abigail Bailey to her outside there in the red and black. Moving around the outside there, Tessa Craig in her Haileybury Club kit. Jess Trengove, the national cross-country champion from last year, in about 4th place. To her shoulder, Anna Thompson from Glenn Huntley, just trying to work her way forward in the pack. But the field's still bunched together through the early stages, just sussing each other out. Very much championship format, not looking for a time at this stage as Trevis just starts to stretch ever so slightly down the back straight. So Craig will sit in behind her. Anna Thompson still very much in the pack. Abigail Bailey around the mark as well as Jess Trengove. So I'll get them through 400 metres and see what their split is to set them up for this race. But it's going to be Trevis that will lead them through. And they'll go through in about 80 seconds the first 400 metres. So consistent tempo at this stage for this women's 5,000 metre national championship race, and we'll pick them up through the 1,000 metre mark now as the pace just starts to be applied. And it's Danielle Trevis in the box seat from New Zealand. So coming down to collect 1,000 metres travelled, and it's Trevis, the New Zealander, still in the lead. Sophie Barker did a little bit of the pace setting responsibilities for a short while back to 3rd place as Anna Thompson moves forward. But it's 3:16.89 through 1,000 metres. Pack still quite closely held together. Tessa Craig just off the back, ever so slightly, but very much in touch. One of the pre-race favourites, Jess Trengove, sitting about 4th place at the moment. She took the bronze medal at the Zatopek 10 last year in the national championship race. Belinda Martin from New South Wales was 6th on that occasion. She's sitting midfield at this stage. Abigail Bailey, the Victorian, is about 5th at the moment. She placed 7th in that event. So top 10 place getters from the women's 10,000 metre championship very much in the mix here in this 5,000 metre title race. But it's still the New Zealander Danielle Trevis at the front of the field from Anna Thompson and Fiona Crombie in the pink there for New Zealand. So they're approaching the 2,000 metre mark now in this 5,000 metre championship of Australia. And it's the New Zealander that's still on the front, driving the pace. Danielle Trevis, Abigail Bailey, formerly of the UK, now in the Olds Variants colours, has gone through. So they went through 6:30.54. So the pace has quickened. They've dropped to about a 3:14 kilometre in that second K after starting out in 3:16. So it's still Trevis from Bailey. In the pink, it's Crombie of New Zealand. So it's New Zealand 1, Olds Variants in 2. And 3rd place is New Zealand. So the leading title contestant in this national race is currently sitting 4th place at the moment. It is the New South Welshman in Belinda Martin. Back to Jess Trengove, Anna Thompson, the World Cross Country representative, an 8-time World Cross representative. Melanie Daniels there in the yellow. Back through to Sophie Barker, and Tessa Craig just started to trail off. So the pace still being applied here at the front. Trevis from Abigail Bailey, Fiona Crombie, New Zealand, and our leading Australian is Belinda Martin from New South Wales. So they're coming down to 5 laps remaining now. 2,000 metres left to travel at the line. So the 3,000 metre split is approaching, and still the New Zealander Danielle Trevis. She's been there right from the start. Abigail Bailey, formerly the UK, now representing Olds Variants in Athletics Victoria competition, 2nd place. New Zealander in Crombie in 3rd. Leading Australian on the track is Belinda Martin. So 9:46.44 at the 3K, 9:46.44 at the 3K. So it's another 3:16 kilometres. So they just slowed down slightly from that 2nd kilometre. And you can see Trevis just applying the pressure once again at the front, starting to try and drop Bailey, Crombie and Martin, but Martin wanting to maintain touch with the lead athletes and goes round the outside of Crombie to tuck back onto Bailey. Sitting out in 5th place is Jess Trengo from South Australia. Anna Thompson running with Melanie Daniels, the Tasmanian 2,000 metre record holder. Back through to Tessa Craig, who's worked her way up through the field. And at the rear at the moment, in 9th place, it's Sophie Barker, the Victorian. So still Travis at the front of the field, maintaining about a 3:16 kilometre schedule. We'll pick them up through 4,000 metres for this bit. They're going down to 4,000 metres now. We'll get their split as they go through 13:02. So they're sitting on about a 6:15 schedule for 5,000 metres. They've been ticking along at about that 3:16, 3:15 kilometre pace for the most of this race. Slightly faster second kilometre. They slowed down in the third. Now back up on schedule through 4,000 metres. And it's Travis. And going with her is Belinda Martin. Abigail Bailey in the 3rd place. Crombie's dropped back to 4th in the pink. Jess Trengo running along with Melanie Daniels there in 5th and 6th place. Back through to Anna Thompson, the 8-time World Cross Country representative. Tessa Craig and Sophie Barker at the rear of the field. So 2 laps remaining now, 13:43 as they go through with 800 metres to go. It's Travis from Martin, back to Bailey, Crombie through to Melanie Daniels, Jess Trengove now into 6th place, Anna Thompson, Tessa Craig and Sophie Barker at the rear of the field. Travis competed by invitation at the Australian Cross Country Championships last year. She won the under 26k event over the Australian competitors and is continuing to show her form here on Australian shores. Belinda Martin behind her was 6th place last year at the Zatopek 10, ran a 35:12 on that occasion, so by all means is very much on schedule for a good time in this 5,000 metre event. 3rd place on the track is Abigail Bailey, placed 7th at the Zatopek over 10,000 metres. It was just a couple of seconds behind Martin on that occasion, but just tailing away from her at the moment as they come up to 500 metres remaining at the lead of the field. So the 500 metres remaining now, and it is the Australian that's gone to the front, Belinda Martin in front of Danielle Trevis, who's set the pace for the majority of this race right up until this stage. Abigail Bailey is still in touch with our leading 2 athletes. Melanie Daniels has moved up into 4th place as the 3rd Australian on the track at the moment. Back to Crombie and Jess Trengove. So it's Belinda Martin, New South Wales, will take the bell in the lead from the New Zealander in Trevis. Abigail Bailey, former the UK, now Old Zavarians, is in 3rd place. Mel Daniels now in 4th, moves into 2nd in the Australian title standings. Fiona Crombie now in the 5th place. Trengove sitting in the bronze medal position in the Victorian title stakes, or the Australian title stakes. As Anna Thompson comes through with Tessa Craig and Sophie Barker, but down the back straight now, Belinda Martin just starting to stretch out her advantage on Trevis. Bailey still in touch and in a chance to upset in this race. Melanie Daniels striding clear now in a 4th place. Crombie still 5th and Trengove clear in 6th place. So it's Martin who's finished the stronger of our leading 3 athletes. They spent most of the time at the front. Trevis has done the vast majority of the workload, but it's Martin that's shifting through the gears and just starting to stretch her advantage. Trevis and Bailey still within striking distance, within 100 metres remaining of this Australian Championship 5,000 metres, but Martin will lead him into the stretch. Bailey running wide now to challenge Trevis for 2nd place overall. Still not done with, as Belinda Martin just starting to tighten up in the shadows of the post, with Abigail Bailey starting to really make inroads, but Martin will do enough to take the win and the national title for 2011. Bailey will cross in front of Trevis as Melanie Daniels comes in, the Tasmanian. She'll take the silver medal in the national title race. The New Zealander in Fiona Crombie will take out 5th place. Jess Trengove will cross very shortly and take out the bronze medal in the Australian title event. Anna Thompson will then come through from Tessa Craig, and Sophie Barker will round out the field. That was the women's national 5,000 metre championship.
You've only just flown in and come straight to win the national title. Congratulations. How was the race?
Thank you. It was a good race. I just sat back early and made my way through the field, and I was actually enjoying it probably until about 200 to go. It's amazing to enjoy a 5k race for that long. Have you been training well? Did you feel like you were coming into the race strong? I have been training well. Probably the last 2 or 3 weeks I've been training hard. Actually decided to put a bit of effort into my sessions, and I think it's paid off.
And what are the plans between here and the national titles back at Olympic Park? Will you do another big block of training and come back down?
I don't know. I'm actually 37 years old and I've got 2 kids, so it depends a lot on them. I've got a little one that's just turned 3 and a 5-year-old, so it's hard.
And having won the national title, you thinking about the possibility of going to South Korea to Daegu for the World Champs?
I think I'm a little bit old for that. I'm just happy to mix it up with the younger ones.
Never say never. We'd love to see you there.
I guess I've probably left my run a bit too late. I started off as a sprinter, so coming through into the distance running, probably left it a bit too late for that.
Well, you know that with 200 metres to go, you've certainly got the pace over everyone then.
Well, I should have, but I think you need the fitness in a race like that.
Congratulations and thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.